It's time for your mix of movers and shakers, of doers and makers. It's time for Funko Fun Chat.
Today's guest, he's the co-creator of Deadpool, Cable, and X-Force. Get to know Rob Liefeld.
My name is Rob Liefeld. I have been writing, drawing, producing comic books for 37 years. I have made Deadpool and Cable and Domino and X-Force and a million characters that I have seen on Funko shelves that are now on my shelves. So I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having me. So every artist just wants to see their work get to a larger audience. From the minute Deadpool landed, and Marvel said this is the most mail that we have gotten on a new character in 12 years. And I know because they sent the mail to me. And I thought I was getting a washer and dryer. And I thought, Marvel's like, they're not gonna give me a car. That's what the movie studios do for Tom Cruise. I got a washer and dryer. Because you could have fit a washer and dryer in these boxes, but they were full of letters. And I read every single one. And I couldn't believe how excited they were. And then Marvel said we want to move up when he appears again. And that's why he just accelerated. And he appeared like the next 7 months, everything had to do something with Deadpool because Marvel's like, we want to give the fans what they want. Then they called me up and said he is going to be an action figure in our new X-Men line, the second wave as Deadpool. So he was at Walmart and Target and all the big box stores in the 90s. And then Cable, everybody else followed, and then video games, and then cartoons, and obviously the movie. So he is watching all these characters become a Funko Pop, an action figure, a video game. I mean, there is no shortage of Deadpool available in video games, and all of this really was happening before the film. But Deadpool had already kind of blown up as a merchandisable character because I knew what popular was. I didn't know what global phenomenon was, and it's been fantastic. Young little Rob Liefeld knew that he had to step out, break out. That New Mutants book was a fixer-upper, and they told me it's fixer-upper. So I had to change the cast, change the characters, change the dynamics of the book. And so by introducing Cable and Domino and Deadpool, all these characters, and convincing Marvel, can we change the name? New Mutants doesn't roll off your tongue. Say it 5 times fast, you'll know what I'm saying. X-Force, much easier. And it has an X in it. And I said, can we stop calling it New Mutants, call it X-Force? And they gave it the green light, and then we were on to the second best-selling comic book of all time, which ironically I will point out to you, has all new characters that didn't exist 16 months before. Like, as I get older, I'm more like, my young self was a badass. I want to go back, hug him, high five him, because he helped provide for all my kids' schooling. He took care of my family back when he was 23 years old. Out of desperation, people go, what motivated you? I'm like, how about not being able to pay rent? The book's gonna get canceled. I need a job next month. They're very basic. Like, you understand, it's very basic when you just need to create and you need to create. And then once it gets going and it's accepted and everybody wants a piece of it and they make different versions of it, you're just so satisfied. And also it adds to the legacy and to the longevity of the product. I have 2 storage units that could fit 2 houses in, so I've done it backwards. I have so much. Like, you guys released giant Deadpool Funkos like the Thanksgiving of 2018. They're super big. Black Friday at midnight, I was the guy with the 30 in the cart, and people are like, hey, you're a hog. I'm like, create it and then talk crap to me. I'm going to the cashier, and then they're like, are you a collector? The best is when the lady said, are you a collector? I'm like, yeah, that's it, I'm a collector. Can you just ring me up? Like, am I getting flagged? Is my account getting flagged? Is Walmart gonna come and say, you can't take all these? Watching the art become the plastic is a triumph of my life. A lot of the times you just have to be bold. And look, sometimes you don't make friends kicking down doors and not taking no. I would not take no for an answer. X-Force is an example. It kept getting turned down. I don't know why it kept getting turned down. It made all the sense in the world to flip the book, but I stayed persistent. But you're gonna get a lot of no's in this business. And to be a game changer, you have to toughen up. But we live in a world where, just the teeniest amount of criticism, people wince. And you go, no, you got to be able to be bold. I feel like Cable is as, like Deadpool, is equally, if not more, influential. I didn't want to do real guns with Cable. I wanted to do sci-fi guns. So I made them all look like vacuum cleaner, weird stylized guns. And so now technology has moved to that. So I have all these things that were introduced with Cable that have really suddenly permeated, and I always get that turned back towards me, like, this is your influence, but I was just mashing it up, man. I was trying to stand out and be bold and be different. And it just worked out for me. I find my inspiration in manga and anime, which is where I was finding it back then. I'm telling you, today's culture is different. No one wants to upset the apple cart. But because I'm always hungry for inspiration, I continue to find it where I used to find it, like I said, in the guys who do manga and the guys who do anime. My kids will pull me in. My sons are huge manga and anime fans too, and I try and get them into comics, but then they show me like My Hero Academia, or they show me Attack on Titan, or they show me One Punch Man, and I'm like, for Rob Liefeld, it's in the manga aisle and in the anime section. Boy, you got me. Okay, yeah, no one's gonna understand this reference. They've been trying to remake Logan's Run, which is a movie from the 70s, for a million years. It has never been more relative than, the entire premise of Logan's Run is that there are no old people. And I look and I'm passing a billboard on the way here, and they're all airbrushed, and they all are trying to look 20 years young. The entire culture is based on looking younger. Logan's Run is about like you die at 21 because no one can go any further. So Logan's Run is my old man answer. It just aged me. I'm sorry I didn't say Dragon Ball. I said Logan's Run. I went to the full-on 1970s, my youth, and ruined it. I tell my family all the time, look, if I die tomorrow, for whatever reason, just know I had an exceptional life. You guys were the best thing that ever happened to me. My career exceeded my dreams. So I don't sit about like, what am I gonna do? What I hope is that I just keep drawing. Telling stories and being a storyteller is my focus in life. I'm trying to draw a page every day. Unlike some of my peers, I still wanna tell stories, still wanna do interiors. I love having a comic book, that whether I did it or not, but it's better if I did it and it comes out exactly as I envisioned. And so if I pass, hopefully it's at the drawing table and they're like, he still has his pencil in his hand. He's not breathing, but he has a pencil in his hand.
Now that's a fun chat, but there's more. Check out these other interviews and more fun stuff on Funko Fun TV.